Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. And become a member to the channel. If you like watching my videos, you like my crazy takes on boxing, you like the sense of humor, why not become a member? Well, it's not going to kill you to give $1 a week. I think it's like $3, $4 to become a member. The more members we get, I'll start dropping more videos, man, that are exclusive solely to the members. But Rematch is a cash grab for Conor, Benn, and Eubank Jr. Let me correct that. Who the hell is Eubank? That's hilarious. Eubank. It sounds like Scooby-Doo and shit. Eubank Jr.? Let's fix that right now. Old Hood Champion typing too fast and took it to the stupid, didn't he? Boom, the magic. Okay. But check this out. Before I give you my opinion on this, I'll just say this. Don't mess with people. Learn to treat people with love, with respect, and your life will be a whole lot better. So today I had to take one of my vehicles to have an oil change and the tires rotated and balanced, right? And as I'm pulling up, there's a guy who's arguing with one of the workers. And they were telling him that his wait would probably be like, 2 hours to have his work completed. And he was shouting at him, talking about how he has important business meetings and he's got to get back to work. And this is unsat, meaning unsatisfactory, right? This is unsat. I need my vehicle back in 45 minutes. So they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do for you. They took his keys and he went in there. He's like, good, you assholes. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking, this guy is crazy. Two people you don't mess with. People who are working on your car and people who are serving you food. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what you're going to get. So anyway, they come to me and I'm being as kind as can be. And they looked at me. I just said, don't worry about it. That guy's miserable, So I go inside and I see the two of the workers and the sales rep. I see them talking. And I kind of peeped it. I'm like, what the hell's going on over there? They're dialoguing about something. Anyway, the car pulls off, and I'm sitting there, listening to the damn Jake Paul and Chavez Jr. press conference. Anyway, man, after about 45 minutes, I went to check on my car because I was just getting an oil change and rotation and balance. It only takes about an hour. So I just said, hey, just following up, see if my stuff is ready. And the young lady was like, no, it's not ready yet. Anyway, they had the other guy, about 45 minutes ago, they called him and said, hey, your car's ready. So he came and he got the keys and they were telling him about the additional recommended maintenance that he should have performed. And he's like, look, whatever, just give me the paperwork. I'm not paying for that. I just needed whatever work he had done. I just needed that done. I'll pay for that and I'll get out of here. And the whole time he's in his pockets, right? And I'm like, this fool searching for his car keys. When you go to the dealership to have maintenance done, you give them your car keys. So they're like, sir, we have your car keys. He's like, I know, I'm looking for my chapstick. And I'm like, oh, he's looking for his chapstick. And he's like, damn it, it must have left it in the car. When he said that, I saw two of the maintenance workers kind of grin. They grinned. Now I'm watching this and no one knows that I'm picking up on all this shit. I was like, what the hell are they laughing about this chapstick? It sounds like something's going on. So I pretend I'm making coffee because I want to see the action, right? So I'm there and I'm like, watching the guy goes, they give him his keys, he goes to the car. Opens the door, he stands up, he bends over, you can see he's reaching in there looking for something. He stands up, he has I'm assuming it's a chapstick in his hand. You see him take the cap off and he looks at it and he goes to put the chapstick on his lip. And he puts some on and you saw him doing this like he had something in his mouth. He looks down at the chapstick and he starts cussing. You mother effers, blah, blah, blah. And he comes rushing into the waiting area where the sales rep were and the customers. He's like, I need to talk to the manager right now. And I'm like, oh, they did something to his chapstick. I didn't know what they did to him. I just know it's something about that chapstick because I saw the way the maintenance workers, the sales rep and the maintenance worker, I saw their face. It's like they grinned when he asked about it. Anyway, long story short, because I need to talk about Benn and Eubank Jr. The manager comes out. The guy gives on his chapstick. Look at my effing chapstick. What your workers did to my chapstick. The workers took mucus, boogers from their nose, and they embedded the boogers into the chapstick. Horrible. So when this guy took the cap off to put on chapstick, the roughness, the crust from the booger was rubbing against his lip. And when he took it, he recognized that's what it was. So I don't know what happened after that. I got in the car and left. I was laughing. I thought it was hilarious. Nasty, but hilarious because he was being very foul to them, so they paid his ass back. Now, I don't know what happened. I left out of it, but it was. I put it in. It was pretty heated in there. Anyway, be careful how you treat people. Now, I just gave you guys 6 minutes of a good story. Should have charged you for it. Now, the rematch is a cash grab for Benn and Eubank Jr. Let me tell you this right here, man. This whole thing about Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. in the rematch. I'm not really for it. Okay. I understand that there's some big money involved. I understand a rematch has already been agreed to. I think the fight purse is already firmed up. However, I think both of them deserve whatever fight purse was agreed to for a rematch. I think their fight purses should be doubled. That's just my opinion. I think their fight purses should be doubled. That fight they gave us was one of the best fights in the history of boxing. That shit, everything, the theatrics outside the ring, inside the ring, the build-up, the last couple of years of Conor Benn, the drugs, and Eubank Jr. losing to Smith, and coming back and beating Smith, being with Roy Jones, leaving Roy Jones, being with Bomac, leaving Bomac. I mean, just all of the theatrics and the drama has really culminated in a night of something that boxing that most of us will never forget. But the thing is this. I understand there's a debate about who won, whether it should have been a draw, how it was scored. But the bottom line is they both gave it their all. And Eubank Jr. got his hand raised. But look, that 12-round battle, they cannot top that, people. I don't see how you can top Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn 1. And again, the theatrics outside the ring, the drama inside the ring, the build-up, I just don't think you top it. So I think they should just leave it alone. But this is my thing. If it's going to go forward, I understand Eubank Jr. taking it. He's at the end of his career. What a way to end your career with 2 massive paydays. He got an 8-figure payout for the first fight. I'm sure he'll get another 8-figure payout, maybe more money for the second fight, and especially because he won. After that, Chris Eubank Jr. can hang it up. I know he's still talking about he wants to box. If there's a demand and the people want to see him fight, then he'll be there. But for me, I'm going to tell you, I'm not so sure when it comes to Chris Eubank Jr. If he fights Conor Benn again, I'm not so sure he's going to want to continue in boxing. But he shouldn't have to. He's up there in age. He's not looking like the Chris Eubank Jr. who fought the Groves, who fought the Billy Joe Sanders. Even though he lost, he was a different animal back then. So in that sense, take the fight, get your money, win, lose, or draw, and sail off into the sunset. But for Conor Benn now, I'm going to tell you, I know he wants to get back in there with Eubank Jr. I know he doesn't like the fact that the fight wasn't ruled a draw or wasn't ruled in his favor. I understand he wants to get back in the ring. But I think he also has to take a look at, hey, I took some serious damage in there from Eubank Jr. I went 12 rounds. Everyone gives Conor Benn all the respect in the world. Even a guy like me. Whatever happened with him with PEDS, the clomiphene, we've set that aside. Conor Benn gets all the respect in the world. The way he performed, he looked like he was on pads. That's how amazing he looked. And he wasn't on pads. So that's what he needed to do to right the wrong with the majority of boxing fans. But he can continue to fight, man. He has a lot of years left on his career. Eubank Jr. doesn't. So why go into another fight and get damaged, to get hurt, to shed years off of your boxing career? He wants to become a champion at 147. Look, you got Pacquiao down there now. You got Mario Barrios. There's a lot of activity. You got Rolly Romero. They got some fights down at 147, and Conor Benn can easily go down there and win. I think he beats the shit out of Devin Haney. I know Shakur Stevenson was talking something about fighting him at 154. He'll kill Shakur Stevenson. He will annihilate him. Like, that wouldn't even be competitive. And when it comes to Rolly and Ryan and those guys, I think Conor Benn puts the bing-bings on those guys. He's too ferocious, man. Too explosive. I think he would overwhelm those guys. And they would, by round 4 or 5, I think they'd be shouting no mas in there. That's just my opinion. Some would disagree with me. Some are saying, just because Conor Benn looked good against a dehydrated Chris Eubank Jr., you've all become bandwagonists. No, I'm not a bandwagonist. I just saw the way he fought. And, you know, Conor Benn impressed me. I knew he could fight, but Jesus, he was ready. But that being said, boxing is called prize fighting. You fight for a prize. You fight for a payday. People go out here and work for a payday. When I look at it like that, I can understand Conor Benn going forward and fighting the rematch with Eubank Jr. I don't think he should, though, because, again, I just don't think he can beat Eubank Jr., and I don't think they can capture the magic that was on display in that first fight. But the money he's going to make fighting Eubank Jr. in a rematch, I just don't think he can make that fighting 5, 6, 7 people at 147 or 154. I just think the one fight with Eubank Jr. is going to pay him the kind of money to where if he wants, he doesn't have to fight anymore. He's already set. But this money is going to really make him super comfortable. So when you look at it, I'm not sure if Conor Benn really feels he can beat Eubank Jr. I'm not sure if Eubank Jr. really feels he can make 160 comfortably. But the bottom line is they both know we just got to weather the storm. And what's at the end of that storm is a bright rainbow. And at the end of that rainbow is a pot of gold. That cha-ching, ching, Wu-Tang, Kareem, dollar, dollar bill, y'all. And ultimately, that's what it's about. Do I think Conor Benn will give it his all? Yeah. Do I think Eubank Jr. will give it his all? Yeah. But I don't think they're going to pick up where they left off and come in their guns blazing. I don't think so. I think Eubank Jr. knows that he can beat Conor Benn. I think Eubank Jr. this time, because of the money he made, I don't think Eubank Jr. is going to worry too much about making the weight. He may say, you know what, F the weight. I'll just give up my $1 million and I'll push. You know what I'm saying? And come in the ring with comfortable, and I'll make whatever he's going to make. Could be $20 million. Why does he care if he loses $1 million to come in the weight in the fight comfortable? And this time he may knock out Conor Benn. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll see what direction things go. But I'm surprised if you guys pay attention. You're not really hearing much from Nigel Benn, are you? Before, Nigel Benn was focused. He was all in front of the camera. I think Conor will really beat Chris Eubank. He'll give him the business. I know my boy. Conor will give him the business. He was there, straight peanut butter mouth. Oh, Conor. He ain't talking that shit no more. Radio silence. Everybody better check on Nigel Benn. Go out there, man, and resuscitate that man, because he ain't saying a damn thing about his son. That's because I think even he knows Chris Eubank Jr. will always be able to up it in a fight facing Conor Benn. Conor Benn can up it too, but not like Chris Eubank Jr. I think that's why Nigel Benn's gone quiet. Anyway, let's see what decisions made. If Eddie Hearn really care about Conor Benn, and the people around here care about him, he care about himself, he just leave that shit alone. Even in a loss, Conor Benn won. Even in a loss, he won. He won. He don't need to go messing around with that shit no more, man. Eubank Jr., it's simply the best, better than all the rest. How do you top that shit? You can't top that, man. So I just think they should have left it alone, man. You know, a part of me feel they should have just given them both a draw, even though Eubank Jr. won. But we'll see, man, if they're gonna have a rematch. Takes place later this year, and my understanding is out there in the UK, the demand for the rematch is at an all-time high. But I'm just telling you, I don't think when you see these guys getting their rematch, I don't think you're gonna get that that Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward type scrap. You know, like I just don't think you're gonna see these guys pick up where they left off and get busy. The Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, 3. I just don't think you're going to see that. But hey, you know what? I could be wrong. Anyway, at the end of the day, I think it boils down to being just a cash grab. I'm not saying they won't fight hard, but I just don't think it's going to be like the first fight. The first fight, there was nothing else either one of them could do. When you talk about this saying, leave it all in the ring, that was on full display. What the definition of leave it all in the ring is. That's what you watch that fight. The way they perform, that's the definition of leaving it all in the ring. And I just don't think there's any more to give in a rematch. I think they honestly left everything they could possibly give in that first fight. But if they're going to pay them guys like $25 million, $15 million or some shit, you know what? Get that money, man. Get it. Because after that, no matter what happens, banged up, bruised, you never have to do this shit again anyway. You know how many guys get in the boxing don't even make $1 million? These guys come in, the amount of money they would have made in the 2 fights is bizarre, is bonkers, man. It's bewildering, it's mind-blowing, beyond comprehension. All right, y'all keep cool in the breeze.